Hello.
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 Hello, friends of Skele Vader, and welcome to the next episode of Toy Frenzy that's been taken over by the Three Stooges tonight.
Yeah, guys, spread out.
How is it going, guys? How's your week been so far?
It's been intense. It's been
Yeah.
good. It's been like my job's been intense because we're back at it after winter break, and then of course like with the new releases, the new Masterverse new releases, especially like it's been exciting to see those things on the shelves. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I haven't slept since Christmas, so it's been I've been napping and stuff. It's crazy. It's been my mind's been somewhere else past few weeks.
Oh
Sure.
yeah. Well, that happens. I feel like the holidays always bring that around for me too.
Yeah.
A little bit of the malaise,
Well, I mean, it's the 12th, and I'm still like,
January is always a recovery month from the holidays. The whole month's recovery. Right?
You like get hung over from Thanksgiving through December. Well, it's not Halloween.
Yeah, right.
And then you get this hangover after New Year's.
It's a lot.
It is.
Curly, how are you?
Man, I'm doing okay, working every day and doing that, and been, working on stuff for the show, trying to do some more of that behind the scenes goodness, which we'll have a little bit of that debuting a little bit later tonight. And I'm excited.
Wow. Nice.
That's going to be pretty cool.
Cool.
Hopefully. Or it's going to be really terrible and we're all going to be like, oh man, that sucked. Why did he even bother?
No.
If it did suck, I wouldn't tell you.
Hey, everything's a work in progress and everything sucks at the beginning, right? I mean, that's the way it is.
Yep. I'm still a work in progress and I'm almost 50. So
that's absolutely, brother. All right. Let's see who's in the chat.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, first person that popped up in the chat, usually he's the first person. Gamer Bud.
Hey, Gamer
Good to see you.
Hey, always good to have you here, Gamer Bud.
And we'll get to what it is you're mentioning here.
Yeah.
RIP Motu, April 2023. We'll talk about that for sure because I'm sure we all have a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
Masterversal Toy Hunter, Eldor, hello, good to see you.
Eldor, always an honor to have you.
Thanos Copter, great to see you.
Hey, Thanos.
I told you all I got to meet Thanos last Thursday.
That's awesome.
Great.
That
is so fantastic. I get really excited about the possibilities of meeting, everybody from the chat at some point, or, meeting in general. I get really excited about the idea.
Absolutely.
I don't want to meet nobody. I'm a recluse.
And then I'm just knock on your door.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We're coming to you. We're coming to you to Glendale, Arizona. We're coming to you to hang out and go to that laser
down the street
thing.
We're doing that.
Let's see. We got Ronald Embry here. Good to see you.
Good to have you, Ronald.
Thanos Copter. Skelly is more rosy cheeked than Bobby tonight. I don't know.
Must be whoever's on the top. Well, I guess on my screen, it's my right side, your left. I don't know. But whoever's on that corner just gets a better lighting. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Here, I'll rub it up a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go.
Makeup. No. Just kidding.
I think, honestly, Thanos, I think it's just the hair is really starting to grow up over the rest of my face. And that's really what you're seeing. Right
well, it's also colder by your house. I was 72 today, so
yeah,
I don't want to hear it.
I know we can't talk about weather. We got an East Coaster over here.
It was 72 today.
You know what?
Talk about it. You guys are making me jealous. Yeah. All right. Then folks are chatting with one another, and we got Masters of the Mini Comics here.
How's it doing?
Good to see you.
Always good to have you in.
Yeah, and figuratively speaking, John's here. Good to see you.
John, so glad to have you here tonight, buddy.
Hey, we got just Shelve It, Jesse.
Hey,
what is up?
Happy to see you, brother.
So glad to have you here.
Yeah.
and then talking. And then Carol Geis, of course.
Hello.
Great to see you.
Evening, sis. Good to have you.
Right. And Nolan is here. Good to see you here, Nolan.
Excellent, Nolan.
This is what I really love about looking at the chat in real time. The longer the pause, folks, the more chat I'm skipping over because they're all talking to one another. I mean, that's what this is all about. I love
It's all
seeing
family.
that.
It's all family.
That's right.
I love seeing that. And we got Brick something here. Good to see you.
Always good to have Brick. And look at that compliment too.
Yeah.
Bunch of good-looking
and what's he talking
miscreants.
about? Really, he's like the best. He's like the best looking guy on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
That's right. See, if we all did a toy YouTuber calendar, Brick would be like December.
totally. Oh my gosh, we should do that. An awesome verse calendar.
That would be
Awesome
good.
verse toy calendar. I'd be down for us to do something like that.
We could send it out to everybody that's in the chat all the time for free. You just send out a calendar.
There you
That's
go.
right.
For next year, 2024.
All right, we're seriously considering this, folks.
All right.
Awesome
Just
verse
happened. You saw live.
calendar.
That'd be great.
Giraffe, good to see you.
Giraffe, good.
How you doing?
Glad you are here.
So and he's making a comment here about no Origins Rio Blast, and this is also referring to what GamerBud said at the beginning here. We're gonna get to that, folks. We're gonna get to that.
I want to give Giraffe a little bit of extra credit here because he finally came up with like the perfect name for Skelly's patrons. Now, everybody who is a patron of the channel is part of the Frenzied. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're all part of the Frenzy, but the patrons are the Frenzied. And yes, raise your glass to you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And
gung, 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 gung. You know how this dude just
So Giraffe came up with what was that last week? The perfect name for Skelly's patrons, which I absolutely love. Looks like I think maybe Skelly's going to go ahead and put that in the chat there, which is perfect.
Typing it in.
Oh wow,
Skele Vaderites. I love it.
It's awesome.
Absolutely love that.
I want to say to Giraffe that after he came up with that, you know how on all my videos I always started off with "Hello, friends of Skele Vader." I've been doing that for almost 3 years now. I genuinely am considering changing that to "Hello, Skele Vaderites."
Wow,
I love it.
So Giraffe, thank you for coming up with that. That's brilliant.
Awesome.
I haven't made the decision. Maybe tonight you'll all help me make that decision.
Right.
Just do it.
I'm this close.
So
do it for a couple episodes. If you don't like it, then change it. Back to your old way of saying it.
Right.
I think I'm gonna do it.
You just got to roll off the tongue, right?
Yeah,
I love it.
I think stumble over all my.
Oh no, the name's great. Yeah, keep the name. But I'm saying, but sometimes when you're so used to doing something over and over again, you're like, "Hello, friends of Skele Vader," you might forget to say "Hello, Skele Vaderites," or something.
I'll end up saying like "Hello, friends of Skele Vaderites" or something like that.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, whatever works. Friends of friends.
I'm scrolling back into the chat because where are they? All right, this is the next one in the chat. Howdy, Stooges, cracktastic plastic guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, gotta let these guys know we're all fans, and also we want to let the Toy Frenzy audience know that we're excited. We're going to have the cracktastic plastic guys, or some of them, as guests in a future episode. So stay tuned for that.
Yo, Joe.
That's right. Coming
soon.
soon.
Joe. We can talk some punk rock with those guys.
It's going to be a cracktastic frenzy.
There you go.
About punk rock
or a crack frenzy. No, that doesn't
work.
No. Frenzy crack.
All right. Now scrolling down. Everybody's talking to one another. Oh, and we got JMac77.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Hey JMac. Good to have you.
Good to see you. And are we all caught up? We might be caught up.
Well,
this is great.
Hold on. Danny Phillips has joined with
Danny
us.
Phillips. Yeah, thank you.
Always a pleasure to have Danny Phillips on the show because I know what time in the morning it is over there.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. That's amazing. Thank you. And Brick Something Skelevaderites. All right, that's getting a lot of votes for Skelevaderites, so we're going to do that.
I would say go with it.
I'm going to go with
It's
it.
cool.
Again, Giraffe, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Skyfall has also joined in with us in the chat too. More people just coming in. I love this.
Yes.
Week after week, you guys are here watching the show, and couldn't thank you enough for being here.
Right.
And I love this.
Yeah. If we ever meet up with Cracktastic, it can be at
his crack. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I get it. I had to hear Curly say it out loud, so in order for me to get it.
Yeah. I have a little shout out, a big shout out to Gamer Bud, because he's the first one who signed up as a patron of Skelly's, and then mine and Bobby's channels, which is really awesome, above and beyond. Which is why I definitely let him get away with all that clown crap he put in our private chat the other day.
that was classic.
Oh,
that was
man,
fun stuff.
I'm in the middle of my work day, and like I go on break and I go look in that chat thinking I'm going to see some great new messages from Gamerbud, because I see I've got 20 new messages and it's all clowns.
Yeah, that was crazy. And I had to get in on the clown train too, because it's very hard to resist. There was this I sent you all a video. There was this band in the mid to late 90s here in Fresno, neighboring town, punk band that dressed up as clowns, and they were really intense. Like they took it very seriously. They weren't scary, but they were definitely hard R rating on that band. They were a lot of fun. They would throw flour on the audience and then squirt the audience down with water and throw candy bars at people.
Really?
It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Circus Bogus.
Here's something a little interesting from J-Mac I want to highlight.
Are we going to PowerCon? Maybe a meetup. J-Mac, we would all love to go to PowerCon. I know I don't want to speak for you guys, but we've talked about it. We would all love to go. It might be a little bit tough financially for me, but to get over there.
Something we haven't ruled out yet, but it's on the table.
Yeah.
And there might be more than just the three of us interested in that. And I meant to bring that up with you guys and haven't yet, because we haven't just been able to sit down and talk, the three of us, about.
We've been busy.
Yeah. So that's something I did want to bring up with you guys, but we can talk about that maybe after the show tonight. However, this right here, I got surprised with this week because it goes directly in with that. My sister is going to PowerCon.
That's awesome.
Carol, that's fantastic.
She got her tickets. She's just going for the one day on Saturday.
Oh, she's got the tickets already.
Yeah, so I definitely need to at least go.
Congratulations, Carol. That's amazing.
But yeah, it's not too far of a drive from where she's at. It's a little bit further away from me. So,
well, East Coast is easy to drive around. You could be in 4 states in 10 minutes.
So true.
Well, yeah, that part of it, but the reality is the traffic.
Yeah.
Like you said,
I've driven through Baltimore.
You get to 4 states in 10 minutes in some areas, maybe. Yeah. When you get around DC, it'll take you 4 hours to get to Virginia.
I'm telling you, I feel your pain because and I know that Mo has experienced this too.
Yeah.
But driving through Los Angeles,
I hate California.
So if I'm driving from the north down to Anaheim, I have to go through the heat, the major traffic in LA. You can go around, of course, you can find your way around, but
just don't go around on the west.
Just don't go around on the west. Yeah, exactly. I totally understand. Oz. where you're coming from on that. It's we got when we went to PowerCon as a family, we kind of made like a weekend out of it and went to Disneyland too. So it was worth it to like fight the traffic because it was sort of a long weekend.
Yeah. I remember driving home from in Chicago when I was living there, and it took me 4 hours to get home because a damn truck flipped over and blocked all the lanes. Usually takes maybe 40 minutes to drive. It was 4 hours. I was like, I could have drove to Detroit from my house in that time. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse says he's going to be there. That's great.
Wow.
I kind of figured, I don't know if you all follow Just Shelve It, or if you're subscribed to that channel, you definitely should. Jesse, you know, I watch a lot of his videos, and every once in a while it comes up like his plans to attend certain events, and he's a real big part of that community now, especially the Mythic Legions community. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was there too. Man, if I don't make it out, I definitely need to see a picture of Carol, Oz, and Jesse.
Yeah.
I need to see you, the three of you, you know, standing in front of some Mythic Legions booth or whatever.
Yeah, have the fun for us, and then we'll live through you guys.
Sure. I'll just bring the laptop and I'll put it on like a robot or something and have it follow around with you guys on screen through StreamYard.
So it'll be like the Sheldon.
We're driving around like the Sheldon robot with both of you guys.
Say, that is so funny because he could just use like a phone and walk around, but no,
Nope.
He's not going to do that.
No,
he's got to get a robot
extra.
and a laptop.
That's right.
That's
robot,
hilarious.
laptop, the whole 9 yards. Forget the cell phone, easy way out. You know, I'm an overachiever over here. Come on.
Just put it on a leash.
Oh,
That's
man.
right. That's right. Let it go
Love
walk
it.
on its own. Giraffe.
Oh,
there
sorry.
we go.
I totally.
No,
Did we go through the same thing?
No. You were going for J-Max. I was going for giraffes. But no, that's a great point to bring up. There's an awesome water park near PowerCon for families as well.
Yeah.
I agree. And this is what I was looking at, because apparently we're all meeting at Beastman's hot dog on a stick cart there. So
I so hope that there are costume characters and weird foods that are themed off of any of the Mattel. Like I see hot dog on a stick being like a Hot Wheels thing, but we definitely need like a Beastman, roast beef stand or something like.
And I was watching The Jerk today, and it's always been. I used to talk with my friends. We need to have the pizza in a cup.
Oh yeah,
I need to have a pizza in a cup.
Absolutely
nice. Oh, and
go ahead.
Duchess of Darkness has made it to the chat, folks.
Yes. How you doing? Yes.
So good to see you tonight, Duchess. Yes. Thank you for being here.
Definitely. I want to go back to this one real quick. Brick something. Oops, I hit the wrong one. Yeah, the Corn Boy interview was great on Just Shelve It. I watched that. Super awesome. Jesse, that was a great interview. And Curtis too. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I love that you got Curtis Ackerman joining you as a co-host now on the channel. Yeah, I think that's great for the two of you guys. Your chemistry is awesome. Definitely. Yeah.
I love seeing their two different style of displays behind them. I love Jesse's like dark and like Christmas light lit, collection behind him, and then seeing Curtis's like museum style collection behind him. Super cool to see. Love that.
It's great. It's really great watching that. So speaking of that, we're going to have actually, of course, this weekend we've got the Legions class where Jesse and I will be teaming up together along with, gosh, almost like a third of the chat. We got Brick coming. Eldor will be there. We got the new Legions class hitting this week.
Awesome.
That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to kind of count it down to the end of the new pre-order wave for Mythic Legions. And guys, if you can't, who are we kidding? Christmas just came and went. All the Masters Universe stuff dropped in November and December right before Christmas, and now they're throwing. Well, let's get into some of the news then, because I'm about to go talking about some news.
Well, we also got to say hello to another person who popped in, Payne's Toy Samples. Did we already say hi?
No, he just popped in.
Yep.
I was just about to say the same thing. We kind of want to go into that as well.
Yes. Fantastic.
All
right. Let's talk some toy news. Well, actually,
go ahead.
You know what we'll do? Sorry, I'm so used to doing it this way, having us share if we got anything this week, but we'll save that for later on. How about that? Because the news is just a little bit. I think we definitely got to get to that now.
Well, I don't know. I'll be honest, guys. I didn't get anything this week. This week was I mean, I have something on the way. It's not here yet. It'll be here by my show on Saturday, and I'll be showing it off there. But actually, our good buddy Sean Scrivana hooked me up again with a nice skeletal Mythic Legions character coming just in time for class. So
fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't get nothing either. I don't have anything on order. I'm trying to hold off on stuff for right now.
Yeah, I've got a couple things on order too, which I thought was hoping they would get here before today, but they didn't. But you all saw that I found this, right?
Yes. Yep.
And what a wicked video too.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked the video.
Yes.
This guy, this is my favorite figure of the last, like, I don't know, year. I mean,
well, do you have your Beastman around? I've not yet seen a true comparison next to that new Eternia Beastman.
At the end of my video, it shows they're standing. I put them right next to each other. So
I missed that part.
That's okay. If you go to the end of the video, you'll see them standing right next to one another. I don't have them here, but the Beastman comes to about here.
Really?
Okay. I'm pulling it up now. I got to watch everybody's videos in segments now because I have so much going on.
I know there's so much content. It's hard to keep up.
Yes.
I'm with you on that.
Yep.
I mean, so that doesn't really show you anything. Let me see. So there's a can. What else? Oh, this is the Four Horsemen NECA Clawful.
Yes, I have one of those, so I know how big it is.
Stanchion. Oh my God!
Wow, he's that big.
Wow.
Yeah. They're standing right next to one another, folks.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
This guy's amazing. I mean, not only is his sculpt good, and he's also he's got some weight to him, but I feel like they really did this character justice. I like the classics version too. I don't have it, but I think this one, I don't want to say something's better than classics because that's a difficult thing to say, but this thing is pretty darn close to better than classics. If not, and shoot me down if you have to, but if not better, I think this figure is amazing.
I've just pulled up your video and sped through it to get to that.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Like, again, the video, from what I saw about halfway through, where you'd done your comparison, of course, with the original, which we all know. Come on now, this is way better than the original one. In some ways, that vintage figure is still by far one of the coolest figures out of that entire line. But I mean, this it like gives you everything that the vintage gave you that made it so cool and gives you more. I'm not going to share screen with Skele Vader's video because I want everybody in here in the chat who has not gone and seen it yet to, after you're done watching us stream live tonight, go check it out and watch his video.
No
freebies. Thank you, Oz. That's awesome. Way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, I thought maybe you were going to share it and that it would create some sort of like space-time continuum, like fold, and we would all disappear.
No, no. Well, see, that's part of the reason why we can't do that. But can't cross the streams, gents. Sorry, no sword fighting.
Oh, you
in the
mean this
bathroom.
video? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I got to be funny once in a while.
Hey, man, you know, that's
You're-
that
you're
punk rock
honest.
behavior. You know what? I don't care what you said. Bam.
That's right. Piss off. No.
Bobby brings the quips that just surprise us though. Like
He does.
that's fantastic.
Skelly and I are just so laid back, and then Bobby's in there with it, like bam.
Hey, you know, it's my personality. I can't help it. I've
Hey.
been trained to be that way.
It's a
Watching-
blessing.
Watching so much Marx Brothers and listening to
So-
punk rock my whole life, it's how I am.
And the Three Stooges too.
Yeah, the
Speaking of that-
Stooges. Yeah.
J-Max asking if the Toy Frenzy guys are getting any of the Legion's wave. Well, I'm not going to say because you got to watch Saturday night for that. But
this guy right here. This guy right here. I'm really cutting back on my buying of new toys. So
I'm going with you this year.
I'm not
with you.
entering the Mythic Legions territory. I would love to, but I honestly, because my toy collecting is primarily nostalgia driven.
Yep.
If I'm going to invest in something, it's got to be something that is a really direct nod to my childhood, or to something in pop culture that I recognize. Does that make sense?
Yes,
sure.
What I love about Mythic Legions, and I think that if I were to get rid of all my collection and start completely new, I would consider Mythic Legions, because it's like it's another world, you know, and so much of it is imagination driven and creator driven, and I think that's amazing. I just feel like I've invested so much time in this nostalgia thing that my wallet's getting thin too.
Yeah.
right. It's definitely tough to keep up.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I mean, I really was like, okay, do your Mythic pre-orders. That's fine. Going into January, though, unless there's some great clearance deals, which I have found some, you know, try to chill. And then
Yeah.
Mattel drops this whole new wave at freaking Target. And I'm like,
I know, right?
and
I know.
then not only do we have that going on, here we come to that news portion. Since we've already discussed that Bobby has nothing, I have nothing, and Skelly's all like, I got too bad, haha, too bad.
I know, too bad.
This is the total
Wise
influence,
guy.
by the way, for the tonight's thumbnail.
Being a wise guy.
That's right.
Wise guy, yeah. The news. So
All right,
Tuesday.
So this is okay. So I didn't really. I mean, Frogmonger, cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Like we're all excited for that, right?
Yes.
And all the drops, the stores being restocked with stuff feels so good.
Yeah, it does.
So the real news, I feel like, is what we just heard minutes before we went live tonight, which
Right.
is not really news.
No.
It's rumor. And anybody want to take it away from there?
Well, it's a shame in a way that
Yeah.
someone that's that pronounced in the Motu world, I guess you could say, going up and saying something like that
Yeah.
It's bold.
with all the people that might believe it and take him for what he is, or people think he's full of shit as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
it's
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I thought it was weird. I didn't think it was too much into it. I didn't think too much into it. It's just I
Yeah.
don't know. But I listened to a little bit of it. I scanned through because I can't stand listening to him. But I heard the bigger announcements that he was saying during the episode I
Right.
mean, it's only 9 minutes. I think I listened to maybe a minute of it. But if you guys listen to the whole thing, you guys might know more of what he said. I just heard like what I was reading in the chat that we were talking about.
All right. So for those that don't know, that are watching, that haven't watched that video and don't know what's going on, Scott Knightlick, who used to be the lead on Classics, the
brand
Masters
manager
Classics line, he has a show on YouTube where he talks about the toy industry, which is a lot of times pretty fascinating. Sometimes he'll throw out information that gets people riled up, frustrates folks, and some of it's been true and some of it's been not true. And there have been heated discussions online. And his most recent news is that he, based on the evidence that he has seen or has interpreted, that come April 2023, that Masterverse and Origins will be done. And a lot of folks are saying, well, how so? Because we've got Snake Mountain coming out. You've got potential new figures that we've already seen images of or seen preliminary sketches of. We've got the Skeleton Warriors coming out that seems to have been confirmed in some way. You got Eternia coming out in 2024 as well. If he had gone online and said, all right, it's confirmed, as soon as Eternia is out, the Origins line and the Masterverse line will be done, I don't think that a lot of people would be upset. I think a lot of people might be like, yeah, I can kind of see that when Eternia.
Yeah, that would be more believable because you're thinking that, okay, they announced that this year is going to be the year of the Snake Men, right? So you're thinking, a bunch of shit's going to come out. It's not going to just end in 4 months from now.
Yeah, 4 months is not.
With Snake Mountain supposedly coming out, September, maybe around the holidays. And then, of course, you're going to do End Origins, and then you're going to get your Eternia a year and a half later, and who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
So, me coming from a retail world myself, now, mind you, I know I've never managed anything inside of a toy company. I've only managed a retail store. I have not watched his video. I don't know exactly what he said yet. I just, Thursday nights are a busy night for me. I get off of work. I have a little break. I have game night here with my family. And then after game night wraps, it's like I got enough time to run outside, take a quick break, and then boom, I'm on the show. So I've not had a chance to watch Scott's video yet and see what he has to say. I used to watch his channel pretty heavily, and over time I watched it less and less because the guy knows the business. He's been in the business. I'm not going to deny that. He is an industry professional, I guess is the best way to say it, because he's been in the business for a long time. I've never been in the business. I just have a YouTube channel with a voice, and I talk a lot about toys and my experience working in retail. So my experience with working with retail is that I can probably see and talked a little bit about this with Mega J before we went live. I'm looking at maybe they're talking about pulling it from the big box stores.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself. Yeah,
moving it into an online space.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that.
In his video, he actually mentions that they could move it all to online. That might be what their plan is. So he definitely acknowledges that. And I'm glad you brought it up, Oz, because that's kind of what I'm thinking too. That whatever memo he did get, he might be misinterpreting the end of Masterverse and Origins, but he also might be hitting the nail on the head as far as Mattel reconsidering their approach,
right,
and changing the way that the product is represented in the stores.
Right.
Because I did hear that part of the video.
Yeah.
And how I interpret him saying is how I'm thinking his thoughts of it being online is going to do something like the old Maddie collector thing, where you buy everything. I'm thinking more of it'll just be sold like at BBTS and in the online stores. That's where everyone's ordering that stuff anyway from.
Either way, like if it's just you can only get your figures from Mattel Creations, or you can get them from BBTS or Entertainment Earth. Like I could that seems more realistic that Mattel might make that decision.
And my support for that is probably that they see a lot more sales online than they are seeing in stores.
Yeah.
Now, again, going back to retail experience here, there's not a lot of retail sales because we've been looking at Wave 7 for over a year on shelf at this point, with very little to anything else coming into the aisles.
Yeah,
which
a
leaves people
restock with the same figures. I mean, they just restocked and had all the same shit.
right.
What
So-
Thanos said here, maybe some retailers just going to stop carrying it, but I feel
It's
like
possible.
they already did locally. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
So again, that plays right into one feeding the other, and you can see the correlation. Hunters and people who are collecting this brand, like ourselves, are then forced to go purchase these things online. And let's face it, the majority of people buying this line right now are us and people like us who are buying it for their kids, such as myself, because I buy it for me. And then Connor has gotten into it as well, but he's gotten into it through me.
Yeah.
So it's people like me buying it for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's not really moving in a retail space the way it did for the 80s, where people were in droves buying it from the toy stores and there wasn't collectors buying it so much. It was us, the kids.
Yeah.
We're the ones buying this. Now, you notice the one thing I've heard concurrent amongst both.
Yeah.
Let's face it, Origin, Masterverse cater to us, the adult collector.
Yeah.
I have not heard one person mention that he said they were going to remove the CGI brand or kill the CGI brand off. The CGI brand caters to the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
But are they even continuing that? I haven't seen anything.
I haven't either.
I haven't really seen anything either. Not since that last wave with Muscatara
That's what I mean.
coming out.
It might be just done. And
well, they still got that really tall cosmic Skeletor thing coming out too.
Yeah, that's true.
That was supposed to be first quarter this year.
Oh, see, I haven't paid attention. I haven't been on line looking at stuff for a couple of weeks.
And there's like a large King Hiss too, I think. That's just
yes.
Like I did see that one. Yeah.
So here's the thing, folks that are watching this show. Everyone has the right to theorize, and everyone has the right to compile evidence and use that evidence to come to a conclusion. The part that riles people up is the type of language that we choose to use when we relay this information. If we use the phrase "they're lying to us," if we use the word "haters" to refer to people who get worked up over these things, what we're doing is we're creating a kind of negative environment that should quite simply be an environment of theorizing, of considering, is this going to happen? It might. This is the things that I've seen, but this might be happening. This might not be happening. And I think some folks, and Scott, respect to Scott, he's had a long career in the toy industry. I do think sometimes he chooses words that rile people up, and he might be doing that on purpose.
Yeah, I don't understand why he would make a video like that.
It's called.
I'll tell you why.
It's called getting the most views and
clickbait.
Yeah, I get that, but that's just bullshit. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so the thing, we don't really at Toy Frenzy, we don't really agree with that, and in a way, we're kind of playing into it by talking about it. Lots of folks are going to go watch that video now, and he's going to get more views and maybe even more subscribers from watching us talk about it. But the truth is, we got to be careful about how we share new information with other people, and also we got to be careful about how we talk about other people.
Sure.
And so we can learn lessons from. There are several YouTube channels out there that I watch, that I enjoy watching, that they get really emotionally invested in this and get frustrated and stuff, and lots of respect to that. But again, this is a form, like Scott might see himself as an expert, and he might be an expert, but it's still theorizing.
Yeah.
I always think of that. You guys ever watch reruns of that show Dragnet, or watch the movie
Yeah.
with
Dan
Dan
Aykroyd,
Aykroyd
Tom
and
Hanks.
Oh yeah, that one's great. Yeah.
So the thing that they would always say is like these, you know, detectives would always say is just the facts, man.
Yeah.
And that's why it's either factual or it's theory, and you can't point fingers if it's a theory, you know. And so that's the part that bothered me the most about that video.
People like to promote theories because there's something about a theory.
Yeah,
it's not proven.
It's not proven.
But the bad thing is when you go out there and you say, well, I got 3 sources.
Yeah.
And they all told me at different times or whatever. And they all told me the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Why didn't he put the memo on screen?
Because he's not supposed to be, you know, if he has the sources, they may have said, don't say anything, you know.
Well, I mean, then he goes and says it.
Yeah, so then don't say anything.
Well, I could tell everybody that's watching, hey, I had 10 people tell me this.
Yeah.
And I trust every single one of them.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, Bobby, who's your resources?
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, Joe Smo from down the street, and I got John from around the corner. They were telling me, you know, I mean, it's all.
Well, I'm gonna get real nerdy with you guys.
All right.
Not toy nerdy, but like academic nerdy. My day job, I'm working with graduate students who are writing theses and dissertations and projects, and they cannot make a claim without naming their source.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That cannot happen. If it happens, it's still it's biased, a biased claim. They can say, oh well, Johnny said this. Well, Johnny may have said that, but who's Johnny?
Right. Exactly.
And so that's the main issue that I have with it. Yeah. And this is an exciting time. I mean, let's say the line does end, let's say Masterverse and Origins ends. I want to go on record saying, thank you, Mattel. It has been an amazing run.
Exactly.
Just
that's all you can do.
Snake Mountain. Just please give us that Snake Mountain. But
I'd rather have Spikor than Snake Mountain. I got Snake Mountain already, so I don't really care.
I definitely have the old Snake Mountain too, but I gotta play with the new Snake Mountain. I gotta get that cheapo version of the Bone Throne. Gotta have that.
I give what you're saying.
Yeah, but you know, I want to say that if Scott is right and his sources are correct, it's been an amazing run. I mean, so many toys. But part of me doesn't really believe that it is. I don't.
Right.
And the only reason why a lot of people would probably believe that he has those resources is because he is known and he's been around. So he might have the resources. If I said, hey, I got 3 resources, everybody like, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm nobody, you know, I haven't proved myself anywhere. So
he can have his resources, and I can look at evidence that still claims to the contrary.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean that my evidence can't crumble, because sometimes things just go away. Yep. Things close at the drop of a hat, and things that you thought were going to happen and that were in the works will go away. And they don't owe you any kind of explanation as to what exactly happened. It just happens.
Yeah.
Companies fold all the time.
Yep.
Not saying Mattel's going to fold, because that would be ridiculous. Barbie and Hot Wheels will carry Mattel on forever without any other brands at all. Hot Wheels and Barbie could carry Mattel. I
think it's gonna chill out.
It may.
It's gonna chill, but it will never go away, folks. So for those of you like here, I saw this. It's been a fun run, guys. Sheds a tear. J-Mac, that's hilarious. I don't. It's not going anywhere. I mean, if it's going somewhere, it's just going to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just going to calm down. And honestly, even when there was no Masters of the Universe product out there, we still found a way to enjoy Masters of the Universe product. You know, that's what's great about us.
Just go out and buy all the vintage stuff.
The vintage stuff. You know, you go searching for I didn't get Frogmonger. Well, now you have a new search.
Yeah,
15
that's
years
right.
later to find that frogmonger.
That's
Yep.
right.
We will find a way. I love that about this particular toy community, the Masters of the Universe community. We will always find a way to enjoy it.
So,
Of
and
course.
guys, we see. I'm sorry, Skelly. I just kind of wanted to jump there. I wanted to
Go for it.
let everybody know we definitely see what you're all saying in the chat as far as there are still a lot of figures that are supposed to be coming. We've seen some in hand in foreign countries, which means we'll probably see them in hand soon here.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to come that has not come out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really think we're going to get it all by April? I don't.
No.
Again,
That'd be a no.
And if so, I mean, that's history in the making, folks.
yeah.
Suddenly Mattel's like, here's everything.
Did anybody get a cancellation email on that Snake Mountain that they pre-ordered through that UK retailer? Or was it Deep Discount? Deep Discount's the one that did that?
Yeah.
Did anybody get a cancellation on a pre-order they had for the Snake Man 4-pack while that was up, or the Skeleton pack? Did anybody get cancellation emails for any of that stuff that they pre-ordered? How many of you have been refunded your money for Eternia? Because I tell you what, if they lose the rights in April, that's not 2024. You ain't getting Eternia. If they lose the rights, they can't put Eternia out. That's not how that works.
Plus the movie and She-Ra show.
Right?
I want to look at this comment here from, I mean, Oz, you're making a real good point, and that makes me think about this comment here from Giraffe. Mattel should never have sold the Motu IP. I wonder how much they got. Barbie can't give He-Man $1 or $2 to survive during his downtimes. I mean, again, like, if, you know, with Mattel selling the Motu IP to Universal, if I understand that correctly, and I'm not an expert in this arena, but they're still going to need toys.
Yep.
Right? Because if Universal does something with the Masters of the Universe IP, they're going to need toys.
That's
And
right.
who's going to make the toys?
Yep.
Yeah. I also wanted to make a point too, because it's just like, because I've been collecting forever, and it's when you start out and you get excited about a brand new line that's just come out, you don't know how long it's going to last. So I always think, do I want to invest in this and then I don't get everything I want? But sometimes you just got to go for the ride, and if it ends, it ends. I mean, there's just no guarantee, you know. I mean, you look at classics that ended,
Yep.
and you didn't get all the figures that, you know, that could have possibly been made. So it's
Yeah.
it's the
I didn't
same
get a
thing.
one. I missed the whole thing.
But you know what I mean, though. I mean, it's like I went all in on the Great
Right.
Skull classics, you know,
Yeah.
the Club Great Skull, and they didn't end it, and I was like, oh man, we still need Whiplash and, you know, and Cobra Khan and things like that. You know, too bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So when I jump down here, we did have a few more people jump on. Sir
Yeah.
Clifton has now entered the chat, and he's been out of the show for a little while. Out of the chats, we've got Thunder Punch He-Man
How's
back
it going,
in.
Billy?
Hey,
Good to have you here, Billy.
Good to see
Thank
you,
you.
man.
You want to talk about a guy with an awesome collection?
Oh, and he's a stand-up guy, man. If you
He
ever
really
do,
is.
if you ever deal with him, if you ever do a trade or buy something from him, he comes through. He's awesome.
So, and that leads me into Alf
Inflict.
Inflict. I'm
Good to see
digging
you,
the
Alf.
name. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love Alf. He was all about eating the cat, eating the kitty.
I'm still waiting to see the Alf show up on the shelf, the NECA Alf.
Hey, man, if it comes, I'm getting it. I'm definitely getting it. But his comment about he ordered the Snake Mountain from Deep Discount, and it's still coming, no cancellation.
We're coming.
Masterversal Toy Hunter is the only one who's mentioned a cancellation of that's happened, and that was the Big Bad Toy Store miscommunication with Mattel, which many got an email about getting that canceled.
Yeah, that's recent news too. You know, that's
So
that was a little bit sad. It was exciting that they were going to get those figures.
well, you know, the other week we had Chef M80. He was in the chat. He was looking for Manny Faces. So when that happened, it was like, oh, hey, let me try to help somebody out with one of these
Yeah.
rare figures they don't have. And unfortunately, got the email myself. So tis what it is. I can't do nothing about it now. That just means the hunt continues to help Chef M80 find his. I mean, guys, again, if you are, especially if you ever join our Patreon and you get in the Discord, we have an entire channel on there talking about in search of. Go in there, put what you're in search of, and that's a shopping list for anybody who can try to help out.
Yeah.
So
and
keep in touch with me because I might be selling all my stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's all on card. So we'll see.
Say it ain't so, Bobby.
Yeah, it could be.
Bobby might be. He's saying that now because it's
until he gets
true
a hernia.
In the long run.
I told you I'm giving that to you guys. So
in the long run, it's like it's hard to know what we'll keep and what we'll get rid of, and we're going to get back to what Mo just said, by the way, but we all get rid of things eventually, right? Yep. So for those of you that are looking for particular figures out there, I tell you, give it a year, give it 2 years, give it 3 years. You're going to find those either loose or on card, and they're probably going to be reasonable on eBay. I don't see these things going up, skyrocketing in value anytime soon. And maybe even going down in value eventually. Some of these figures, some of them maybe not, but just keep an eye out. They'll come your way. And also, this community is so awesome. We'll come through for you all in some way.
Definitely,
we do. Everybody here helps out the best they can. I might be the worst at getting things shipped out. That's only because it's difficult for me to get out to a place that can do shipping. So I apologize for anybody I'm trying to help get their stuff. I promise you, I have your stuff. I just got to get it shipped out to you.
Yeah.
It will happen. It will.
Oz comes through. He always comes through.
It only took Skele Vader 3 months before he got his $1. And
it was, and on that day, none of those previous days waiting mattered. The day it showed up, it's like,
that's right.
Cool. Now, folks, if you don't follow Thunder Punch He-Man on Instagram, you should. He said this. I said this same thing this week multiple times. I'm selling it all. Who knows? And if you know anything about his collection, it's phenomenal. So maybe give him a follow. Say hello.
I would, because it's one of the greatest.
Yeah, Billy's collection's amazing. Now, Mo, what were you saying about Eternia to Oz?
Oh, I said I'd give it to him.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's too much, Bobby.
No.
I mean,
a year and a half, what am I going to do with it from now?
You are going to set that thing up. You are going to grab your son by the ear and say, come play Motu with me.
No.
Actually,
I wasn't even going to open it. So
you grab Joe Amato by the ear and you pull him in.
You're
going to come play Motu.
He's got the vintage one. He doesn't
exactly. So his tracks are falling all apart. He can't play with that. You're going to bring him over and play with the new one.
Yeah. I'd have to pay for that to happen. I have to fly him out. I might as well just give you the damn thing that has to fly his ass out.
Probably.
I like where this conversation is going. I think we're all going to be in tears by the end of tonight. I think.
Yeah.
Tears of joy and tears of loss.
Well, I got tears of slight pain when I did that last cheer. That old age kicked in. My shoulder just did a whole big pop thing.
Oh no!
Oh, it's that 40 years of He-Man kicking in.
Raise your hands in the air like you don't care, man.
Yeah, I raise my hands in the air and then it drops limp.
See what Billy said? You're giving it to him. That's dope. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm definitely
cool.
gonna cry here in a minute. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I don't need it. You can have
it. We'll talk about that.
That's going to have to be an exchange that happens when Oz drives out to Glendale, Arizona.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll be on my way. I call myself a bear. I'll be puttering out there on a dirt bike or something.
Jeez.
Coming across the mountains that way. So
this is cool. Danny Phillips has a vintage Crystal Castle and Moonbeam and Peekaboo boxed coming. That's very cool, Danny.
Yeah.
Nice.
That up and found it. Wow.
Nice store.
Packaged.
Wow, that's amazing. Where'd you find that, Danny? You don't have
Yeah,
to tell.
definitely. Well, no, throw it in the chat. Say, hey, I found this awesome thing.
Yeah.
So, guys, that we've talked about the rumor mill. We've talked about all that. Let's talk about the facts. We got Frogmonger coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've been
Pretty cool.
excited for this thing since he was not on the sticker in my Castle Grayskull. And he's been all over those boxes. The Frogmonger has escaped the Well Soul. And so I know we've discussed it a little bit on separate chats and everything like that. It's been discussed in a couple of different group chats I've been in. Who's trying to get this guy?
Well, so I made a big decision today. You ready to hear? So I mentioned it in a previous episode. I had the Too Bad on my list of final new figures to get, which was a fairly short list of Masterverse and Origins, of just Masterverse figures, and I had left most new forthcoming Origins figures off that list, including the Skeleton Warriors. I was actually willing to give that up, so what I did after the Frogmonger thing was announced today, I thought about it all day. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I told myself I wouldn't do it because I have from my list, I have the movie Skeletor coming. Really excited about that. The Revelation Sorceress Evil Lyn coming. Really excited about that. And pre-ordered from BBTS, I had Manny Faces. So I sacrificed Manny Faces. I took Manny Faces off the pre-order. And I decided I would rather get Frogmonger because of the deep cut, because of the entrance, the reference, and I can live without Manny Faces, the Masterverse Manny Faces, and be happy with the Frogmonger. So I'm doing it.
This is the way I look at it. Frogmonger's coming on Tuesday. When was Manny Faces showing up?
Oh no,
before April.
Yeah. And maybe not. And maybe not.
Maybe not. Who knows? But one thing I
he'll
do
be
know,
there.
Frogmonger's coming out on Tuesday. And I need to solidify how I'm going to get Frogmonger because I've been all over this thing. But I have work on Tuesday. And I don't think I'll be able to get off at around noon. But I don't know. I could try. I can talk to my boss and be like, look, boss, I need to put in for like 2 hours of PTO just to get off so I can make sure that I get this. Even though it'll sell out in 2 minutes, I'm going to cry about it for the next 3 when I don't get it.
Well, I wasn't gonna get it, and so then I wouldn't be able to help with that. But since
you let me know. If you had said you were in, I'd have been like, don't worry about it, brother. Here's all the money you need to grab it or something. I would have come up with something. I don't know. I'm about to go out on the corner right now and start showing some leg. I got to get the money for this. I'm
53rd and 3rd.
Well, I can I can do the pre-order for you if it doesn't sell out real quick and I hopefully don't miss it. But I can do the pre-order for you and then send it your way.
Right. I mean, I need it. I need that.
Yeah,
I can live without Space Sumo. I need Frogmonger.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him. He might be the last one I get.
Yeah,
but I do want to get him.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. No.
These figures that were not part of the original line to me are just like that much more important to have in their collection. Like Koldar was a very important piece. I even look at CamoCon that way because he was never here in the US.
Yeah, exactly. I could not resist that.
You also got to look at it too. If you really think about it, Frogmonger's been with Masters of the Universe since the beginning.
Yep.
Just never
since Grayskull came out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's part of the sticker.
You want to hear? Sorry, go ahead, Oz.
I was going to say, like, another big piece for me that I really want to try to get is that Mysteries of Grayskull, because for nothing else more than the spacesuit.
Yeah, the spacesuit's amazing.
I have that.
I'm stoked to have that. I'm glad I got it.
Like, I want that by itself, even without the rest of it. I mean, I want the rest of it. I'd like the whole package, but that alone by itself to me is worth that, because like what's more important about this line to me than just reliving my memories of the old is being able to experience new memories with that vintage feel.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when I get something that I may not have had in that original collection, like Wondar, like Koldar, So like
Yeah.
those to me were perfect with this,
Oh yeah.
exclusive
Sure.
Mattel Creations. That, Sunman 3-pack with Sunman and Pighead, even though I already had those two figures, still with that, and then getting the Space Sumo with that. These things that were not part of my original vintage world that I now get to add to it and make new memories. And my
Yeah,
son gets to see it. And to him, he has no idea that wasn't part of the original line,
so cool. It's so
because,
cool.
there's a lot of people out there who may not care about those toys, but to him, that's now just more of his He-Man line. And he has a greater line of
Mhm.
He-Man than I did in a lot of ways because of how different it is from what I had. And just, I'm sorry, I really enjoy the more articulation. I have more fun with it. I have better posing available with it. Don't get me wrong, nothing's ever going to take away from the amazing memories that I built with my vintage as a kid. And there's an emotional attachment to all these vintage figures that I have over here in this box. And these weren't even mine, but I have those memories because they're associated with those toys. But now I get to create all these new memories and have fun with these new Origins figures. It would really break my heart if what Scott said happens. But at the same point in time, if that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. So let's enjoy it while we have it, folks, because it has been a heck of a 2 years.
Yeah. And I just want to reiterate, we'll never not have it.
That's right.
We'll never not have it. New product not coming out, we'll still have it. Like
Yeah.
whether we find new ways to enjoy this stuff too. I mean,
Absolutely.
the more we buy, the less we might enjoy what we have. And I think it's important for us to take a break every once in a while, and it's okay. But we'll always have it. And that, you go to an antique store, you see a clawful in a bin, you're like, oh, excited again. And then it becomes
Every time.
thing,
Because that's something that doesn't go away either. When you're walking around a flea market or you're walking around at like some antique store and you go and you look and you see that box of like $5 toys and they got a whole bunch of Motu in there that just they don't realize what they have in there, and they're like, yeah, here it is, and boom, you are all over it.
What do they have at flea markets?
You don't go to flea markets?
They don't sell fleas or nothing there.
They do. They jump all over your back, make you.
You know what? I saw Bobby brewing.
Something was coming.
And he does the thing. He's like,
he's got to start covering his face so he doesn't laugh.
Here it comes.
And there's the blush.
And there's the blush.
No, you never see that Seinfeld episode where it was, Kramer didn't know what they had, or George didn't know what they had at flea markets or something. And they said, "What do you think they are?" That was just a joke.
Exactly.
Oh my god! It's funny because Seinfeld must be on like this resurgence because somebody else brought up Seinfeld again to me recently, and I haven't watched it in a while. But that show had a lot of great moments.
Yeah,
we've been. We started watching it again with our daughters who hadn't seen it, of course, because they're too young. But we've been watching it and they've been loving it. It still holds
great
up.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. I saw right before Christmas, I was out Christmas shopping and I saw at Walmart they had he was like half price. It was on sale, clearance item. And it was the Frank Costanza with the Festivus pole.
Yeah.
I love Frank Costanza. He's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's great.
I passed on it because I was budgeting for Christmas shopping, and so the other day I went over there to see if they had it, and it was gone, of course. But very
aluminum pole. You can just get
you
aluminum
can make pole.
Yeah,
I just wanted the Frank Costanza.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Toy.
Who doesn't want more? Oh gosh, what's that actor's name now? He's a Stiller. Oh, can't think of his name.
Yeah, that's the
yeah. But I was going to say, who doesn't want toys of him? I mean,
Jerry Stiller.
Jerry Stiller. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was bugging me. I wanted to say Ben, and I'm not a big fan of Ben Stiller. He's got his moments, but
Why, you don't like the Fokker or no?
Hey!
That's another
Everybody
joke. I'm
likes a
sorry.
good
That was bad.
Fokker.
That's right.
Oh shit!
Wait a minute, your name is Gaylord Fokker? This is a great
Wait, here
moment.
we
See,
go.
like I said, he's got his moments.
I want to go back to this. Oh wait, let's see. There's a giraffe comment I want to look at too.
Okay.
Sure.
Payne says, I have one Origins figure for me. It was too vintage feeling, and the Masters figures scratch that nostalgia itch with modern sensibilities. Understandable. And then Giraffe says, we should start a petition for Universal to keep Mattel making Motu Origins. I think it's entirely a possibility. Once that whole transition becomes, I'm still kind of like a skeptic with the transition and how what form that transition is going to take. But once we see something terrifying down the line, then yeah, we should make a petition for sure, Giraffe.
Well, maybe that's something we should look into.
Yeah.
Why not? It
Why
doesn't hurt
not?
to look into something.
That's right.
So maybe
I'll sign
I'll
a
spend.
petition.
Yeah, I would too. I'll take some time over the next day or so. Maybe when I get
don't
off of work
sign shit.
tomorrow. What's the matter,
No,
Bobby? You
they'll be-
afraid the
they'll be like
government
this,
gonna
"Wait a minute."
find you? You put
Yeah.
that little squib.
It's okay, Bobby, because it'll be like, wait, who's this? Skele Vader? Who's this? Ostradamus Toys?
They're gonna
Who's this? Vintage
These
Motu?
aren't real names.
Those aren't real names.
These
Johnny-
aren't real people.
I used
We'll
to
be
sign
like,
when I
well-
go to work. I would sign it because they would always make us sign in a log, and I write Johnny Poopy Pants.
Oh
They
God,
don't check it.
I used to do stuff like that all the time, and then I just laugh because technically it's not legally binding if it's not my name.
Right, exactly.
That's right.
But that also means they don't have to give me what they say they're giving me on that paper either.
Mr. Home Arcade, I'd sign it. Welcome, Mr. Home Arcade. Good to see you here.
And I wanted to pop up and say, Hillian Dread, welcome to the
welcome,
chat.
Hillian
Good
Dread.
to have you. And he says, Scott has been wrong since the beginning of Origins. He says Origins would be dead at the end of 2022.
Yep, I remember
He's
that.
said quite a lot of things over the past years. He, earlier in the chat, I believe it was Thanos Copter, or it may have been Nolan, had mentioned that he seems like he has a chip on his shoulder. And I got to say that is very kind of evident if you watch a lot of his videos when he talks about the current state of Mattel. It's one of the reasons I stopped, because he was just very, very opinionated. And it's like, hey, look, everybody's got their opinion and that's great. But it just seemed to be giving a lot of hate where it wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Sir Clifton is mentioning he's really disappointed that Mattel is giving a limit of 3 per customer. To me, that is what will make it difficult. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling we'll see those frogmongers on Freebay high priced or on Feebay.
Yeah, Freebay. We're like, ooh.
I mean, that
Freebay.
That goes without saying, unless you're Space Sumo on Mattel Creations.
Yeah. I think Frogmonger will do better than Space Sumo.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, we already had Space Sumo, so that was difficult for some people to justify.
Right. There's people out there who were buying like 2 and 3 of the 3-pack when it went on sale for like $35. And then like a week and a half later, it dropped down to $25. So now it's at half price.
Yeah.
And it was only like $7 more than a single carded figure that you had to wait to get shipped to you. Meanwhile, you go get a 3-pack of them in the store for free. Or for $25, not free, but whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, it just didn't make sense. It was probably one of the dumbest marketing decisions I've ever seen made, and a huge mistake. So, if Mattel is told to stop by Universal, what toy company would you want to see do Motu in the future, if not Mattel again?
Oh,
I don't know.
What was
Not
that?
Super Price 7.
I was going to say,
No,
definitely not Super 7 again.
No, you can't go back to Super 7. I think that era is gone because their prices have gone up way too high.
That's why I call them Super Priced 7.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say this: they could afford the licensing from Universal, though, with the sales on Snarf alone.
Yeah.
$55 for.
I know.
It's crazy. I wanted to get a
Oh
couple
my
King
God.
Diamond figures from them, but they it's just too much.
Oh,
I can't.
so I got real excited because they're doing, and I'm going to show my true colors here. But I just found out reaction. They're coming out with Sesame Street reaction figures.
Oh yeah.
And that I'm going to have a hard time resisting. I'm going to have a hard time resisting that. I need me an Oscar the Grouch in reaction style.
I could go for that. I ain't going to lie.
Well, I'm a big fan of the Count, but
oh yeah, gotta have the Count. You gotta have Grover, you gotta have Oscar, you gotta have the Count. Bert and Ernie. Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know, Kermit, he was on Sesame Street before he was
he'll
on
be there
the Muppets.
Too. In his little
reporter jacket.
Yeah,
that's why I always
reporter.
Do.
Yeah.
When I do my Kermit voice, it's mostly either country singing Kermit, doing his cover of Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt, or it's
oh my gosh.
If you guys haven't seen that video on YouTube, you need to go see Kermit the Frog singing Hurt. It'll make you laugh for hours. Even though
did you ever see the thing on IG with the guys dressed up in a full bodysuit of Kermit and he's singing a song and he's waving the axe around like in his bathroom? It's like the weirdest freaking
Kermit
thing.
Guar.
It's odd. It's like almost frightening.
Did you say that's Guar?
I said it's Kermit Guar. This
Kermit
is the
Guar, fantastic.
We need to get Guar on the show. This is the second week in a row we've talked about Guar.
Yeah. Well, I brought that up on your chat.
Why hasn't NECA released Guar figures?
I don't know.
That
I would
seems
love
like a no-brainer.
Hey, man. Well, you know what? Why hasn't anybody released Guar figures is a better question. Like, why didn't McFarlane touch it?
I don't know.
He even made Kiss figures.
It could be the band. Maybe they just don't want it.
It's true.
They did a comic book not too long ago.
Yeah,
they did do that. That was awesome.
Yeah,
it was really freaking cool.
I'm a big fan of Guar. I love that band. I've been listening to them since their first album.
Yeah,
I remember going through Hegris Records and buying the tape of Hello, and I just fell in love with them.
Fantastic.
Yeah, me and my friends were all big Guar fans.
That's part of the reason why I like that Circus Bogus band from Fresno, is that they were very, very Guar-like.
Yeah.
What about that Ned Flanders band? You guys ever see those?
No, that sounds like a nightmare.
It's a metal. It's a metal band, but they're all Ned Flanders.
Oh, I can't.
Oh my god, it's
like
hilarious.
You with clowns. That's me with Ned Flanders.
I did Leo, neighbor.
Oh, God. So what companies should make if somebody were to take it over? I mean, I was thinking NECA. I think it would be really interesting to see NECA do something with these characters.
Just make sure everything gets a hot water treatment if NECA's doing it, because those guys, they're pretty fragile out the box.
Very much.
So they wouldn't be doing like Origin style. Then you're talking like
they'd be doing Masterverse style.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would like to see somebody try and keep doing an Origin style because I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I've been enjoying Masterverse, especially the new Eternia. Honestly, I'm hoping that, like, even if everything else were to go away, maybe New Eternia sticks around. I thought that was kind of maybe the intent of doing New Eternia, was to create kind of a new-ish IP from Masters of the Universe. Honestly, who I think would be really cool to keep doing the toys? Probably be like 5K Toys. They put out some really good stuff. I would love to say that it would be great for the Horsemen to get behind it again, especially given their history with the line.
Yeah, they should.
But they're already doing such great things with Mythic Legions, though. I don't know how well, because those homage figures are amazing.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
They are really something else. But, if it's going to be somebody new, maybe like 5K, I was going to say I've got Payne's Toy Samples comment highlighted here because he's talking about Boss Fight Studios. They might be cool. Another good one that could pick it up, and I'll just, say this because I enjoy supporting him. The guys are there at Ramen Toy.
Yeah, Ramen Toy.
They like picking up a bunch of dead franchises nobody's talking about and kind of doing their own thing with it. So that'd be neat to see them take over, and they could definitely get that more.
So what would they call He-Man then?
That's a good point, because they like to change. They'd probably call it
Muscular. It's like they do.
Why not? They change the name slightly to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Something like that, or right. That'd be a Guy Boy or something. You know,
Or
so-
Mo2.
Yeah, Mo2.
There you go, Joe.
There we
Oh,
go. We'll
shit.
finally actually have our Mo2.
I like what Brick something said. Blondor.
Yeah, right.
Blonde or what?
Blondor what? Oh my gosh.
So Danny has been going crazy here talking about things that he needs still from the line.
Oh yeah.
And
He-
I
yeah,
love,
blue.
I absolutely love Danny's passion for the Princess Power and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Butterfly One, the Golden Girls. Like he is all about those, and they don't get enough attention. So thank you, Danny, for carrying the torch for them so much.
Yeah.
That's what I like right there. Hillian
Yeah.
Dredd saying Ben Stiller will always be the villain in Heavyweights and Dodgeball.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what about you, Skelly? Who do you want to see carry that torch? Really, is it just NECA, or is there somebody
I
else?
just thought of NECA because I was trying to think of a toy company, but I think it would be cool to see a company really honor the vintage toy aspect of it, similar to what Mattel's doing with Origins. So I thought maybe it might be cool to see what a company like Playmates might do with it. Since they're coming back in the game to a certain extent. And I also thought it might be neat to see whoever takes it over to do New Adventures scale figures. So less beefy, smaller figures in that style. That might be cool. And I don't know who would be best at that.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I was thinking, this is something we haven't mentioned tonight too. I mean, we're forgetting all those additional figures that they announced. What was it at Comic-Con? Like the New Adventures Skeletor, right?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
we know that's coming. That's not coming. So
Right. We've already
as a
seen
Masterverse figure. So
right.
I
We've
just
already
thought-
seen the
that
New
sounds-
Adventures of He-Man. We've already seen that in box. People have
Yeah,
that. It's-
exactly.
Oh, the
It's
people are
coming.
they're finally getting them.
Yeah, I know at least one person had pictures of it in box already. So again, overseas, somehow these people overseas get it long before we do. Maybe it's just Chinese knockoffs selling out early or something like that. We all know how that goes.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody got a little extra at AliExpress or something. I'm not sure.
I want to
So-
see more knockoffs. Like I want to see
Why not?
where's that? Like where are the Origins knockoffs? Where are the Masterverse knockoffs? Where
Customizers beat them to it and are doing a better
Yeah,
job of it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I want to see a bad version of these characters. I get excited about
I
that.
got
stuff.
you, Skelly, because I'm no good at this customizing thing yet. I will make all the bad looking figures you want. I'm gonna go buy all them naked Stratos right now.
Some of them are bad enough coming from Mattel.
Yeah. So a lot of people were saying Four Horsemen, but I want to put out Mr. Home Arcade here has said Hasbro could do it, and then
Oh my gosh, that
No.
would be really funny.
It's as expensive as Super 7, and I agree. What a slap in the face to Mattel, like their biggest line of action figure that Mattel has ever had. And then Hasbro gets it. Meanwhile, they already own like pretty much the rest of the market, right?
Bobby, how you doing over there?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. The frenzy is in your corner sometimes. I see the frenzy happening, the frenzy energy happening over there in your corner.
Yeah. No, I just got
Rippling.
things going through my mind. Yeah. Sorry.
Let it out sometime, Bobby.
Yeah, I will.
I don't know. I really don't know if anybody could do it justice. I
don't see it either.
I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Number one, I don't think it's going anywhere, folks, anytime soon. If
I don't think so
anybody
either.
takes it, if Mattel has to do the figures for Universal, that'll probably be what will happen.
That's what I would say so as well.
Yeah. Honestly, if Universal were to get the right back and then not have Mattel continue to make toys for it, I really think that would just be a bad business decision.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're doing a laser fight theme park thing for Masters of the Universe. If they were thinking about not carrying the IP anymore in some way, they wouldn't be continuing the legacy in that kind of way. This is a
Right.
theme park where kids are going to be going to for years after it opens.
Sure.
And that's going to be one of the rides.
One
There.
of those
So
features.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
all 40-year-old men playing.
it'll just be dudes. That place is going to be stinky, but it'll be.
Oh my God.
It'll be fun.
Guys, I'll tell you.
Don't wear the loincloths, please.
I don't
At
want to
least
see
if
that.
you do,
I don't wanna see
please
it.
put a towel down or something before you sit, guys.
Put a
Skeletor armor and stuff like that I can handle. I don't want to see
But-
just loincloths.
One of my number one rules for going to conventions in areas that I think might smell like that. Take a little bottle of this stuff. You all know what that blue is with that green cap. That's the Vicks.
Oh yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub.
Just a little
Yeah.
right underneath the nose.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot too in Arizona. So
There we go. Galoob's gonna get it.
There you go.
yeah,
Galoob.
I
forgot
had-
about Galoob.
I did have GamerBud highlighted up here about the Street Sharks because he says that aren't like $50 each. I think he might be talking about those. Have you guys seen them? The Fight Sharks.
No.
I can't think of the name of who's doing it, but basically somebody is doing Street Sharks with minor alterations, but they look exactly the same otherwise. And it's just a whole new brand of Street Shark.
Weird.
So I always thought those were kind of creepy and weird looking and just
Yeah, I never
Odd.
really got into the Street Sharks.
Me
they
either.
were so odd.
I was old by that time.
Yeah, me too.
Not old, but I mean, I wasn't into that stuff at that time.
Yeah, well, when puberty hits, everything changes.
That's right. You just
Pu-
start
puberty
thinking with
love.
another head.
Um,
So Thanos
who's
Copter saying
Universal's current go-to company? I don't know.
it's pretty much Hasbro.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, Universal, one of their
Oh.
biggest, stuff that they have going on for them
Jurassic
is
Park.
well, no, Jurassic Park's Mattel.
Oh, well, then maybe it's Mattel because Jurassic Park is a huge Universal movie, right? Or
It is, but Transformers and well, I guess that's not Universal anymore, is it?
No.
Because it didn't Hasbro like kind of do their own thing anymore. Well, it used to be Hasbro, so who knows now?
Why do I feel like it was Sony? I don't know. But
It could be.
and then Universal Monsters are all NECA pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, someone else. Who else is doing Universal? Someone else. Migo's doing Universal too.
Oh
right?
yeah, Miko is, yeah.
And then somebody else is doing Universal as well.
Yeah, because they're doing like that reaction scale. Like there's that really cool like haunted house playset thing or like Frankenstein's Laboratory. I can't remember who's doing that. It looks
Yeah.
really good.
But I think Universal Monsters is spread out anyway.
Have you
Yeah.
not seen it, Kelly?
Yeah. I just thought of something. We got to get Broman. Remember Broman? He hasn't been on here for a while.
Yeah.
He does his custom Masters of the Universe figures.
Yeah.
We gotta
He just sent me a pic
him,
recently.
Migo and Universal together to come up with some really weird and interesting Migo style Masters of the Universe figures.
Yeah. Whoa, man. They could do a whole AMC show.
Oh my gosh, totally. Absolutely.
So yes, I don't. Oh, okay. He was talking about when I mentioned I was going to buy all those Stratos. I was like, "What
Oh,
are you
yeah.
talking about here?"
Yeah.
No, I was like, "Oh, okay." Again, more of the. He wants me to make the toys. I'm not trying to promote myself here. I accidentally. There we go. Remco.
What are you talking about? You always promote yourself.
I do, but not that bad. I don't highlight chats always talking about it.
No, I'm just.
I just talk about my show a lot.
I just want to say most of my time spent on YouTube is watching you, Oz.
I'm sorry. I'm all
That's
over
all
the
right.
place.
It's okay. It's good watching.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, folks, we're just, what are we doing? Firing guns in the dark, shooting in the dark about this, because it's like, who knows where this can go? I can't say it enough. it's really not going anywhere as long as there are fans.
Of course, yeah. I don't see it going anywhere.
Wherever it might go, it'll be interesting to us, and we'll always have something to say about it.
I agree.
So that's because all the characters are interesting, and everybody's going to make it interesting no matter what.
Exactly.
That's right.
I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
Well, as an example of how all the characters are interesting and the fans keep all that stuff alive, like Podcasters of the Universe just did their create a character contest.
Yeah.
And that's it's evidence of the type of creativity that will always be attached to this line, and that's always been there. That's always been there, whether we have new figures coming out or not. Just Shelvit said Jada Toys. Did you show that one yet, Paz?
Not yet. I'm trying to work through. We lost the chat.
I was going to say them too, but yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean,
there's a lot of people chiming in.
Yeah, they're the ones that do the cereal monsters.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to see them get their hands on it then, because those things are great.
The play aspect of the cereal monster figure that I have, I wouldn't want anyone to play with it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I have them on my shelf and I don't touch them because they're just
don't touch them.
The legs will pop off and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like he could just their Jada Toys figures. Jada Toys are beautiful, but I just the play aspect would not be part of it. Kind of like the kind of like the NECA statues.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to play with them. You want to look at them.
So I just wanted to also give a shout out here. We got Nick Duboisian joining us here.
How's it going?
So getting quite a few new people in the chat tonight,
awesome.
And it's great to see. Thank you for joining us tonight. But yeah, definitely want to highlight again Jada Toys.
Yeah.
Nolan's liking the idea of Mezco as well. That would definitely be cool. It definitely would be, but I think Hillian Dredd said it best a little bit earlier here. When we were joking around about that. Where was that comment? Where is it, Hillian? He was talking about, like, if Super 7 or Hasbro gets a hold of it, $59.99.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what we'd be looking at.
I wouldn't be buying that stuff.
So, I mean, there's a lot of great toy companies out there that could definitely jump on and get a hold of this and really run away with it, and I think that would be awesome to see. So who knows where it could go, but that's on the idea that, again, Mattel's going somewhere with this, but again, with what they have planned still on the table to come out for this, I don't see it happening.
Well, by the time this happens, Ostradamus Toys will have his own toy company. It'll be you taking over.
Guys, I'm still working on that. But you know what? Hey, maybe that's it. Maybe my dreams are realized. They're going to go ahead and lose the license. I've got all kinds of parts here. I can start making molds, and I'll make it happen, guys.
There you go.
Know I'll carry the torch.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool.
My dreams of owning a toy company will finally come true.
All in the awesome verse.
That would be amazing.
There we go. Instead of Masterverse, we'll just straight
there you go.
We'll put it on there. Awesome verse, because again, I just shamelessly promote myself everywhere I go. Hey, I gotta say, awesome is catching on. I swear Jay says it more and more in his chat. I'm realizing it.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Latchkey Kid, welcome to it. I don't know if we've seen Latchkey Kid on here before, have we?
No.
Welcome.
Not to my memory, but then again, my memory is not always the greatest. So
I would remember because when I see that, I think of the Bad Religion song. So I would have remembered that. Yeah.
I think of my childhood.
That's right.
That's cool. Well, good to have you here, Latchkey Kid.
Here we go. Just awesome toys.
Yep.
Make enough Wondar. Wondars for everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
There we go, guys. That's I'll invest us. All right, guys.
Hey, welcome, John.
Here we go. So that's really what we got to do here. Everybody vote for Pedro Wait, I mean Oz. Sorry.
But everybody vote for Oz.
Gosh,
Vote for Oz. Gosh.
I love that. I love that movie, man.
It's
Really? You're one
fantastic.
of the ones that love that movie?
You don't
It's
like
so
it?
I'll be honest. Okay, so I've
Come on.
I watched that movie and I was like, I cannot get a refund on my time. What the hell did I
Wow.
watch? The only thing that I thought was remotely funny about it was his stupid brother or whatever, the ex-football
Yeah.
player, when he threw the steak and hit him in the face and knocked him off the bike. That part
Yep.
was hilarious. I laughed
Yeah.
my butt off.
Oh, come
That's
on. You
good.
got to watch it again.
I did
So
because I
I
was
grouped
like,
that with my nerd movies. I watched Revenge of the Nerds, and then I watched Napoleon Dynamite. Fantastic
Okay.
evening.
Oh
see,
yeah.
I've
It's
watched
fun.
I watched it sober and I was like, what the heck did I just watch? And then I thought, okay, well, maybe that was my problem. I watched it sober. So let me go ahead and this was back when I was still drinking, of course, all them years ago now. And I was like, let me go ahead and drink. So did what I did. And I got drunk and I watched it again. And I was like, man, that was even like, it just did not get better. So
Wow.
then I was like, well, there's one other thing I could probably do and see if that'll help enhance the movie. So I went ahead and I did that. I came back to go watch the movie. I got 5 minutes in and I was like, nope, I ain't doing it again. I've already invested too much time into this thing and I can't get that back.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not alone. Jesse didn't like it either.
Thank you, Jesse. I
Um,
appreciate your support.
but I liked it.
It's not
Well,
for everybody, but
that's
I find it hilarious.
hey, look, there are too many people that really enjoy that film for
Too
it to
many.
be. Yeah, to me, it's too many because I can't get it. But you know what? Hey, you guys to each your own. You enjoy it, you like it, you love it. Keep watching it, keep supporting it, and do it
You
because that's
keep watching it. You keep watching your life go down the drain while you watch that movie. You keep enjoying that weird stuff that you enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's right. I'll just keep showing. I'll go watch myself on YouTube.
That's good. So,
That's always fun.
do you guys want to see what I contributed to the Create a Character contest?
Oh yeah, that'd
Word.
be great.
For the universe.
Yeah,
I need to see it.
All right.
definitely.
So this guy, his name is Vulturegeist.
Oh,
And he's kind of like Scareglow in a way, but he's also he's kind of like Mosquitor in a way too, but he sucks the energy out of the dead though.
Wow.
He is the arch nemesis of King T.
Yes.
But I want to see Four Horsemen do this guy.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I love that. I
Yeah,
love
it's great.
everything about that figure right there.
Yep.
I think he would be cool.
Would that be like Stratos' nemesis? Oh, you said that was King T's.
He's King T's nemesis.
Yeah.
And he's got a translucent like ectoplasm body. You can see all the veins in his
Yep.
black heart in there.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a cool toy to see. But I was really impressed by go back and listen to that episode, guys, if you haven't yet. But I was really impressed by the entries that were submitted to that contest. There were a lot of cool ones, and the ones that won were amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta
So
check
here
that
we go,
out.
Skelly. I gotta make it happen.
First fig in your wave, Oz. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
That's cool.
Vulture dude is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thanks, Nick.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Guys, if there's any, there's a ton of talented customizers right in the chat here.
Yeah.
If we could see somebody try to make this figure happen, that would be fantastic.
That's partially the reason why I wanted to show a picture of it tonight, to see what people might make. And then guess what, folks? We haven't forgotten. We're planning to do another why am I blanking out on the name? Viewers
Showcase.
Viewers Showcase. Thank you. We are planning to do another Viewers Showcase. So for those of you that want to try your hand at trying to make a Vulturegeist cool, but Don't forget, we've got that email down below. Don't forget to send us pictures of things that you're making, things that you're building, that are, you know, inspired by Masters of the Universe, or really any other toy line that you might be interested in. But we'd love to do another viewer showcase soon.
I'm pulling up the calendar now because I know we had a date reserved for it.
Yeah.
So
did we put one in stone? I think we did. Yeah.
Well, we were waiting to hear back on one other thing, and then there was, once we heard back from that, the other week was going to be the showcase.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So would that be next week?
Double
Or
checking.
we gonna go into February?
Let's make it the
it
first.
Would still be this month.
It would still be.
Yeah, it would definitely be within this month because we're only on the 12th, guys.
Yeah, it's halfway through.
Yeah, yeah, and well, we already talked about the fact that we have Cracktastic Plastic coming.
Yeah,
and now I've totally got the name for that show, so I can finish that graphic. And hold on here, I'm trying to find our chat with them so I can confirm that date because I forgot I left it as a question mark on both of the calendars and
I think it was the
update
26th.
I thought so. I didn't want to say it until I was sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Now watch, we're both going to say, yeah, it was definitely the 26th. And then next week they're going to be like, hey guys, what time are we going on? And I'll be like, oh crap. Because that's how organized I am. What did I say? Not everybody can be so unorganizedly organized as we are.
Yeah.
That sounds about
we
accurate.
are the Three Stooges after all.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's just say this. How about this? We'll just say it is coming, whether it's going to be near the end of January or
26th.
Wait,
that is Cracktastic Plastics Week.
Okay, that's what I said. Yeah.
So next week's the viewer showcase. Everybody submit your entries.
No. Let's give people some time. Let's aim for the first week of February.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll start it back up like at the first of the month
let's do that.
It'll be February 2nd. I'm adding it to the calendar right now because otherwise
February 2.
That's the day Sid Vicious died.
Well, if anybody wants to do a Masters of the Universe Sid Vicious action figure for that day, that'd be really cool.
Awesome.
That would be amazing. If you guys can make punk band characters into Masters of the Universe custom figures, that's something you can do. If you want to make Vulturegeist, that's something you can do. If you want to try your hand at Ostradamus Toys or Vintage Motu as action figures, that's something you can do too. Of course,
ask Gamer Bud for the templates.
Whatever you want to do. But please email us images of your creations. They can be custom figures, they can be builds, they can be drawings, they can be paintings. Send them our way. We'd love to do another viewer showcase and show what you all been up to and remind folks. Not that we need reminding why the fans of Masters of the Universe love to make things.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Danny Phillips, Joan Jett with a jetpack.
That's awesome.
Yes. Fantastic.
Oh
all right, Danny, make it happen. We want to see that. We want to see that.
Yeah.
I definitely want. Oh my God, I so want a Joan Jett toy now.
Oh man, you could probably use the Sorceress Evil Lynn to start with.
Yeah.
And build off of that.
Yep.
Very cool. Oh man, break something.
All right.
Yes. Absolutely.
There we go. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I love the Bad Brains.
Yes.
Oh, so good. So good. Thank you, Brick Something. You made our night. I'm glad you're all thinking about this. Hillian Dread said somebody will custom paint a Tenga Warrior from Power Rangers for Vulture. Oh, cool.
That would be legit. Get some of that glow plastic in there.
Yeah. And Thanos just did a custom of Techno from Fuerza T. Now that's amazing. And I don't know if you guys all know about Fuerza T, right? Like I love those figures. And
I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah,
know what it is.
look up images. Where's the T?
I'll
Oh,
pull
it's
it up
so
in
good.
just a second here.
Oh, cool.
But Bobby, out of all of the knockoff Motu stuff,
Yeah.
this is like the blatant "I'm gonna slap you in the face with your own product" Mattel.
Yeah.
This is
Even more
this is
so.
vintage stuff.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my
They
god.
Yeah, I
used
probably did see it then.
I think the stuff came out around 2002, if I
Oh, I
remember
see.
correctly. But they used the vintage figures as the molds for these figures.
Gotcha.
And
They are
kit bashed
phenomenal.
them to
The best.
Oh my god. I'm bringing it up now. But they made all new characters
Yeah.
out of these mashups, and Techno is probably one of the most ridiculous but well thought out figures ever. Is this a good enough picture? No, you can't really see that one. Hold on. Keep
I
filling
have
some dead air time, guys.
I'll fill it in. I think I actually saw one or two of these on a shelf at a grocery store years ago when these were supposedly available. I think I actually saw a Fuerza figure,
Really?
and I thought that's funny. I didn't even think to buy it, but kicking myself.
This
I never
is
paid
one of
attention
those.
to that stuff at that time.
Yeah.
This is one of those lines that definitely, if I ever saw it, I would be like, yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share the window, and then I'll try to blow it up larger from there, guys.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's so good.
I mean, this right here, Bobby, that's Fisto with Man-at-Arms armor and
Gotcha.
He-Man's arms, and that's Titano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen those.
Oh god, these are so wicked. This is Skelly's favorite right here for sure. It's a why is this one so small?
This is one of my favorites. Thank you. You know me.
It's a Beast Man with merman armor.
Wow.
It's purple and green. I mean, come on.
He's just
Like Panther.
Here is
Look at
their
this. This is great too.
Yeah, hold on. This is not what I was looking for.
Whoa, what is that? No.
Actually, this might give us a better, clear picture of it.
Oh, so cool.
So their version of Merman, but you notice he's got like a Beast Man buck.
Uh-huh.
And just,
wow.
I mean, this thing is rad. Actually, here we go. I should have just done this from the start, so you can kind of see right there again. That's their Titano, their version of Jitsu.
Yeah.
Like some of them, they didn't change a whole lot. This was their like He-Man right here. He looks more like Doc Samson from the Hulk.
Yeah.
And here you go. It was a web store head with the Havoc staff. Or it was a Clawful head, actually, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Clawful. There's that Beast Man.
Yeah.
Here's the web store looking guy.
Yeah, amazing.
Rocking the Beast Man armor. And here's Techno. Zodak head with the trap jaw arm and like a mecha-neck feature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these things were just ridiculously creative. Here we go. We get some better looks at some of the other ones here. But this was that line. Like, there you go. That terribly placed goatee.
Yeah, fantastic. Love it.
He's got the Fisto hand. I mean, these things were nuts.
They are very, very expensive on the secondary market.
Yes, they are.
And they're by Top Toys. Nick is asking, were they ever at KB Toys? Man, I do not know. I think I saw them in a grocery store, and again, I could just be misremembering this, but I know that there are folks out there that are experts on this that can probably let you know, Nick. Maybe somebody will.
If you remember when we were talking,
watching, make a comment in the comments below, even if you're watching after tonight's live. Sorry, Oz, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, if you remember when we did our episode about variants,
Oh yeah.
I was this close to incorporating this toy line because they're variants. They're not knockoffs per se. They are straight up variants of
Mhm.
those characters
Yeah.
with part reuse, and I mean it's nuts. The funny part is yes, we can actually add this to cart and buy for $399, whatever
Whatever
that
that
is.
So
But
cool.
yeah, they must have been really limited on bucks because I think the majority of them have the that Beast Man buck, that hairy buck, and then the regular hero buck. Okay. Like you notice the
where's the tea?
Jitsu, like this is probably the least changed figure out of the whole thing. Like they dyed his hair, they gave him Fisto's sword and Fisto's armor, and that's it. That's all they did. And this is not Jitsu. It's Shidoshi.
Fantastic.
I love knockoffs, man. These things are great. Here we go.
Look at that.
It's odd.
He's got that whole purplish look with the green. Like, honestly, and look at the art here. This is incredible. I love this art. You know what? Hey, look, if Masters of the Universe, if Mattel can't sell He-Man anymore, maybe they should just go ahead and start selling.
That's right. Good to see you. I was just thinking, like, Where's a T could very easily also be included in the Origins line, I'm sure. Especially since they went ahead and did the CamoCon, which was Top Toys as well.
Yeah.
Right.
They could probably do this, but of course it's ending, right?
Yeah.
It's over.
Scott Baker said that He-Man looked like an Oompa Loompa. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He does. He really does. With that green hair. Here we go. Oompa Loompas also
I just
kind
want
of
to
freak me out.
say, for those of you that we're distracted right now with Where's a T, but the chat is just blowing up with ideas to send for a viewer showcase. So
that's awesome.
This is great. All of you are posting in the comments. We want to see all of that, especially this one here. Where did it go?
Oompa Loompa Doopa Dee Doo.
Motorhead, Snaggletooth, Motu Fig.
That'd be something wild.
Absolutely.
Whoa. Like Beastman body
God.
and just
so cool. And
I want to see a Lemmy figure right now.
Yeah. Same guy, Alpha Inflict said, I just did a sick Fright Zone monster. I'll send you all a pic. Awesome.
Yes.
Great.
Please.
I'm a huge fan of that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Wait a minute. Who's this here?
Toy Culprits is here. Hey, good to see you.
It's because we mentioned Fears of T.
That's right. That's right. And he's also mentioning, they don't run cheap. Certainly.
One of the most expensive off-brand He-Man toys. All the He-Man knockoff stuff friggin' is through the roof comparatively to most, except for maybe like those more wrestling style ones. Those you can normally find pretty cheaply, but just about any other He-Man knockoff is pretty expensive on the secondary market.
Yeah, which is great because I don't have to worry about buying it.
You don't want to raise the prices.
Yeah, raise the prices.
It's as Toy Culprit said here, I've never dove into them because of that. I mean, yes, the prices are so high that most of us just can't go into that arena. But if they were, if a figure like that showed up in a bin at a toy shop, I'd be all over that. I mean, come on, they're so special. Oops, I just clicked on something on accident.
I think you clicked on the same one I was clicking on.
click at the same
You
time.
guys are going at it today.
Yeah.
We're fighting over the chat because, you know,
The
one of the
Stooges.
exactly
Chat frenzy.
chat frenzy.
Oh man.
We're bringing it. We're turning the chat into the mosh pit. It's no longer the chat. That's just the pit. It's the pit now.
The chat pit.
Chat pit fighting over.
When was the last time you guys were in a pit?
1994.
That long ago?
Yeah.
Wow. I was in one last year.
Last year, I'd be afraid of breaking bones at this stage.
Oh,
So, in a pit for enjoyment or in a pit because I was working? There's different
whatever.
stories depending on which one.
Well, yeah.
For enjoyment. Come on, it's gotta be fun.
For enjoyment, I was a teenager.
Wow.
For work, it was in my 20s.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I went to one last year. I didn't go to a concert last year. When did I saw Bad Religion?
Nice.
I think it was right before COVID. So a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was fun.
I'm trying to think.
That's where COVID started, by the way, in that pit.
A Bad
Yeah,
Religion.
right.
Yeah.
Who knows? I didn't catch it, so
Just spread it around.
Yeah.
maybe because I was walking around pushing everybody.
There you go. He's doing one of these.
Yeah. God, that was fun, man. Gotta stay
Last
young.
concert I did was 9 Inch Nails, actually.
That was the
9
last
Inch Nails.
concert?
Yeah, last concert I did was 9 Inch
Jeez.
Nails. That
Oh,
was about it's probably 6 years ago. 6 years ago, because no, it would have had to have been before that, actually. It was probably about a good 8 years ago, because Connor wasn't born yet.
Wow.
It's been a long time since I've been to a concert. I
Yeah,
need to
one
rectify
of the
that.
wildest ones I've been to out here was a small club, and we saw GBH, and the Casualties opened up for him.
Oh, wow.
You talk about a rocking place, man. And the guy, the newer singer for the Casualties, was climbing on the ceiling. You know, there was a water pipe.
Amazing.
Oh, man. Fantastic.
That's
The whole place was just jumping. I mean, you couldn't get out of it. It was fun, man.
That's awesome. See, whenever I say like I'd be worried about breaking bones, getting into a pit again at my age, I always have to remember that in 2003 I saw Iggy Pop climbing a stack of amplifiers at 70 something years old. Like I
120.
always have to remember that there's always a way. There's always a way to get out there and enjoy yourself.
73 in human years is 129 in Iggy Pop
Yeah,
years.
That's so true. Okay, if anybody wants to make a He-Man Iggy Pop figure too, I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
It would have to use the New Adventures bodies because he doesn't bulk up enough.
That's right.
And you can use the head too with the longer hair.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good point. I
straight
didn't even
longer
think
hair.
about that part.
Here we go. Toy Culprits. I did a couple 9 Inch Nails concerts like 17 years ago. I was part of their official fan club or something and got in early for the warm-ups, got signatures. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very.
Hey, you guys think we're crazy with our toy collecting and stuff like that? I almost wish Corey were in the chat tonight. You should hear about the way people collect 9 Inch Nails stuff, man.
Oh, I imagine. Yeah.
It is so highly sought after. And the amount of like small little viral stuff he does, because people don't just stick to the 9 Inch Nails stuff pretty much when you're a fan of 9 Inch Nails. It's everything that like Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross get into.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you guys are aware that Watchmen HBO show, they did the soundtrack for that. And they did this whole promotion with like the blue dirt and everything.
Yeah.
It was really weird. Look it up. But like, I'm telling you, man, that stuff is crazy hard to find.
All right, Brick. See you later.
Rick, I'll see you Saturday night, brother.
Yep. See you.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that bands like Kiss and 9 Inch Nails that provide offerings to fans that are unique. I mean, Kiss goes way out of the way, like to do a bunch of crazy stuff for merch and stuff. But
is it really Kiss or just Gene Simmons?
I think it's just Gene Simmons.
Well, you know, if you say Gene Simmons' name 3 times in the mirror, he'll show up and take your dollar.
Yeah.
Oh crap, we're all screwed. There goes our frogmonger money because I said it, Skelly said it, and then Bobby said it. Oh man.
There it goes. Let's see.
You know, if Gene Simmons actually bought, it's 2 for me. If he bought up Motu, then it would never. we'd never run out of Motu stuff to buy.
Yeah, you just have his face paint on every single character.
Well,
That's-
I think that we need to have Kiss figures in Motu style for sure.
yeah.
Thank you, Skelly. Yeah, I was just about to click that. That's a good point.
Yeah, I never got why Mattel never got together Motu and Hot Wheels to make the Manchines.
The Mancinis from the Christmas special.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a good point. Why didn't they do something like that? You know, that would have been a neat promotion because it's
Yeah.
not like they haven't crossed over Hot Wheels and, you know, Motu before. They've definitely done a couple.
Yeah. Get on it, Mattel.
If you don't want the brand to die by April,
we don't want that to happen. It's not going to
mix the
happen.
Motu and the Hot Wheels more. Make the Mancinis.
Oh,
So what do you think, guys?
April Fools.
Yeah, maybe that was like a
There we go.
pre-April Fool's episode.
That's
from
what it
Scott.
is. Scott Knightlick setting up the big April Fools. Oh, you kidder, you.
Mm-hmm. Toy Culprit said mini Mancinis weren't car-like.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, there was a couple of them that were, but overall, like, you know, because the one had like the saw blades for the hands or cutter, or whatever his name was, and oh man, I don't think you can make a toy of him today. That has a whole different context these days. Now that I think about it, ooh,
No.
yeah, okay. I didn't even think about that until I said it out loud, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, John saying the Kiss Psycho Circus action figures. Yeah, worst Kiss album, but best Kiss action figures.
See, I have a
Hey, man.
problem with that album because they come out saying it's their reunion and all that, and I think
Yeah.
Peter Criss played one song and Ace Frehley played on 2 songs. It kind of pisses you off, you know?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I have a hard time with it. And
Yeah.
there's
Mhm.
so much hype around everything when Psycho
It's the
Circus came out.
revival,
Yeah.
you know, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. It was a little depressing. We need some depressing Psycho Circus Kiss Motu action figures. That's what we need.
Yeah, right.
There we go. Sad clowns.
Sad clowns.
Oh.
Oops.
I was going to say, I was highlighting Danny Phillips' comment here. They'd be like mini Transformers. And maybe that might be the reason we didn't get them, because maybe they were trying to test it out. You know, we got those little Orbots that they did come out with at the very end of the line. That didn't go over well. You know, because they were trying to get in on that transforming action figure
Everything
type thing.
was at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, because of how big Transformers got. And maybe that's one of the reasons that they never did do those toys.
Right.
It's possible.
Yeah. If the classics line had continued, we needed Manchines, Widgets, and Twiggets.
Yeah.
Totally.
I agree. They should have came out with, like, again, you know, because we got the regular scale. We had the giant scale because we did get the giants. We got Grenemere.
Mhm.
They should have had the mini scale.
Yeah.
And
for
then
sure.
maybe they could have brought Modi out.
Yeah. And yeah, I want Twiggets and Trollins. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
I think
100%.
there's a lot of stuff that we would all love to see, and I know we're not going to see it all because, again, as much as we like to see it, Mattel's got to look at it of, would this sell as a toy?
Exactly. That's how it's going to be. Yeah.
And we may not see it around the 40th anniversary, but we might see it around the 80th anniversary.
Or
I
again,
don't want to talk about the
I mean, I don't know
it's
if
40
it was-
years from now.
Here's the big thing, right? Who expected them to go this hard into the 40th anniversary?
Yeah.
Because
No inkling at all.
40 is not a year. When you think of like anniversaries, it's like you got your 10-year anniversary, and then, you know, maybe get a little bit excited for 2025, maybe. But who gets excited about the 40th anniversary the way they did? Like, they went real hard with this whole 40th anniversary.
They couldn't wait till the 50th. It's too far away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what made them decide you got to strike now, other than, again,
Of course.
well, money
Everything's
off the
money.
nostalgia train, because we all know that that's the big driving factor.
I'm just going to say, for the 50th anniversary, we'll all be paying medical bills by then.
What are you talking about, man? I plan on getting on Medicare. Pay 80% of my stuff. Come on now.
Yeah. Anyone with a buyer community with money would strike now. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, that's what they're doing now. Yeah. And I don't know what kind of forecasts they were looking at to realize that it would be this hot to strike now.
Yeah.
They definitely did something right.
Well, you got to look at all the age of everybody that's into it as well. You know, if you waited for 50, we're all going to be 10 years older from now. And
exactly.
We're not going to be that interested in it, I don't think.
I don't know. If 10 years from now, maybe we won't be, because we just got our fix. But if we didn't get this fix right now, would we be this hungry 10 years from now?
I don't know.
You never know. We can't know, because
I'd be pushing 60 almost.
And still punk rocking it out with more hair on your head
than
I got.
But I'm not going to be sitting there thinking about toys, I don't think.
Remember Iggy.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We always got to remember Iggy. And so I think what we got to do is do a reunion show, if this ever ends.
It ain't ended.
Show.
Oz doesn't want it to end.
For the 50th anniversary of Masters of the Universe. We're going to talk about how amazing it was to finally get Trollins and Twiggets.
Yeah.
And then talk about how surprisingly valuable our amazing toy collections are.
And we'll be talking about this becoming a reality.
Yes. Hopefully it'll become a reality if in 10 years from now. And I won't even remember what it is, because my dementia will have set in. That's interesting.
Well, fortunately, we've got this immortalized on YouTube. So, you'll watch it and you'll remember for a second and then forget 10 minutes later.
And that's why I do the YouTube thing, because I know that when my mind goes, I'm going to need something to remind me.
Yep. He'll be like, who's this guy sitting in my chat? Be like, it's me, Oz, you.
And I'll watch it 10 years from now saying, why am I still wearing the same shirt?
I told you we'd all be in tears by the end of this episode.
Skelly will be pulling the whole thing. Oz isn't here, man. I haven't seen him in ages.
They'll be like, who's Molary and Curly? I don't remember that.
Exactly.
Those guys don't look like the Three Stooges. What is this?
Yeah, it's in color.
Ooh. Well, what do you guys think? Final thoughts?
Well, I like how we said we were going to get back to the basics, and we completely blew past it because of some news we got.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, the back to the basics is us. We've been talking, guys, and we are going to be. One of the things we're looking for the future is getting back to you guys a little bit more, just us and you, spending some more time chatting it up with you guys. And I know tonight we got a little crazy because of the news and maybe voicing our opinions. We didn't get to everything in the chat, but it was great having you all here, seeing everybody. Thank you for making it out. And really what getting back to the basics is just getting back to us and you guys in the chat more. And, a little less focus on guests. That doesn't mean we're not going to have guests, because you heard it. January 26th, we're teaming up with Cracktastic Plastic, and we're going to have a Cracktastic Frenzy, and that still doesn't even... Oh, my God.
We'll figure it out. We're really excited about that conversation. Whenever we have guests on here, it's because we admire folks that are putting forth an effort out there, and it's really exciting to welcome those guys over and chat with us for a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely been a blast.
It'll be fun. Their podcast is a lot of fun to listen to, folks. If you don't listen to the Cracktastic podcast, it's Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Say that 3 times fast. It's a lot of fun, and we all enjoy it.
That's right. And unlike Gene Simmons, they won't just appear and steal your money.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
Master Versal Toy Hunter says, "Thank for the great stream there, chaps, and good journey all. Good journey, Eldor."
Yes.
Mr. Home Arcade, thank you for coming. Great
Yep.
stream, guys. I'll definitely
Absolutely.
be back again.
Thank you guys for being here.
Fantastic. And Nolan, terrific stream as always, guys. Take care and good journey. Absolutely. Alf Inflict, if not officially, then we'll go unofficially. DIY Motu Toys bootlegs are the future. Toy collecting, punk's not dead. Absolutely.
Exactly.
100%. And Mr. Arcade, responding to a comment. Nick, good hanging fellas. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And Sir Clifton, absolutely. Always great to have you. Thank you. We appreciate you all so much.
Yes, we do.
And Billy, have a good evening, gents. Yeah, so I can't say it enough. We're so lucky to have such a great group of folks that come and hang out with us every Thursday night. And Oz and Bobby, I can't thank you guys enough for always being here and making these conversations much more interesting than I could just do on my own. So really appreciate that.
Fun time. I always look forward to coming here every Thursday.
It's fun, man.
Absolutely.
Like when I first started, remember I told you, I said I might pop in once in a while, and then I did the first official show with you guys, and I haven't left yet. So it's obviously good fun. So
Oz and I had our money hoping that you'd just be here. You'd be here on a regular basis.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Look at this, Alf. Hey, Skele Vader, I just sent a bunch of pics of my custom DIY toys to your IG. Check it out. Yeah, awesome. Send those images to my IG, to Oz's IG, Vintage Motu's IG too, if you want. But I also have an email down below. You can send me emails with those images. Feel free to send that stuff our way. We'll organize that for our viewer showcase, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Bobby's going to have to teach me to do that link tree thing. I keep seeing people with those. I need to do that.
Yeah, it's easy to do. I have one too. I probably need to update it, but I have one too.
I on my link tree, I also have the link tree of the Power of Attorney in there. So I got two link trees on one link tree.
I'm going to end up having like 4 by the time I'm done. Jeez.
Yeah. Find it all in one spot. It's just, you just click and you're off.
That's right.
It's easy. Yeah, I'll tell you how to do it, or I'll show you how to do it. I mean,
excellent. Because, I might be the youngest of us, but I'm still trying to learn all this stuff. Technology's exploded way beyond me in a lot of ways. And
I'm sure if you even logged in, you would figure it out right away. It's simple. It's real simple.
That's cool. That's good. I definitely need to do so.
Yeah.
I also got to update. I got to update the YouTube page I've been meaning to, and then I get involved doing stuff like, something special that we're going to have coming up in just a moment that took me like a day and a half to do.
Oh, I haven't even seen it. Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I hope you've seen it. You
I'm thinking
I find out he's just
else.
blowing smoke up my butt.
I'm telling you, man, my mind has just been
great job, Oz.
Man, that's really great. I haven't even seen it yet.
I forgot what it was. I completely forgot.
I'm most nervous about the timing of how we're going to post it and say goodbye to everybody.
I left us a few seconds to cover. Hopefully it'll do it. And we won't look, we'll all prepare and be like this just in case.
Yeah. Bobby, did you have any final words for tonight?
The Power of Attorney podcast episode 3 will be airing on Monday. I just started to edit today, actually. I got in like 2 minutes, but it's all turning out pretty well. So it'll be live on Monday on our YouTube channel and everywhere that you get your podcast.
We're all excited about
Power
that.
of Attorney. Yep.
It's good stuff.
We're discussing the all the variants of Skeletor through the vintage and new Eternia. Or not new adventures.
New adventures.
Fantastic. That's a lot. That's a lot of territory.
Yeah.
that was the funny thing, because like when we were first like talking about the idea of proposing it, we were like, yeah, we'll just hit all of them. And then we realized after listing them, like, we're going to need to break this up.
Adam sent us a message of all of them, like, holy, that's going to be like a 5-hour episode or plus. And it was like, we'll cut it in 3 parts.
Absolutely. So it's going to take a bit, but we're going to work it through it all.
Yep. But we covered all the vintage stuff from the.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is one of those things I love seeing here. You know, I always talk about how Wicked Wednesdays is like the highlight of my week. For a lot of reasons. We get Wicked Wednesday creepy stories, which I love listening to on Duchess's channel.
Yep.
And then it rolls into, for me at least, I get to see Gotham City Tonight a little bit later after that. And then from there, I know we've got our show coming up the next day, which is always great.
Mm-hmm.
And then it rolls into Saturday with, you know, my stream. So this week we've also got tomorrow night, figuratively speaking, is going to be going live and doing the second part 2 unboxing of his Masters of the WWE Universe collection. So everybody tune into his channel tomorrow night and check that out.
Yep.
Fantastic.
You know, the lineup from pretty much the whole week. I mean, we even got Toy Anxiety on Tuesdays, which is great too. And I'm sorry, I like to just plug all of our friends and people in the channel, people within the community. There's just so many really awesome people out here. It's great.
Yep.
So going through the last few good nights and, you know, everybody saying good night to everybody. Man, absolutely love seeing everybody in the chat here each and every week. So
it's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I do.
All right, guys. Well, here is the special that I have planned for everybody tonight. So we normally do that long goodbye where we all have to wave until it finally tells us that it stopped streaming, and we look like a bunch of idiots doing this forever. And I thought, what a better way than doing our individual shout outs. Oh, wait. 8 minutes away saying happy Friday the 13th. Sure.
Yeah.
Joe Mato chimes in right at the end as we're going off.
That's right.
So
nice
should we wait it out 8 minutes here on the East Coast to Friday the 13th to say hey?
We can do the long wave goodbye.
We can do the long wave for 8 minutes. All right. So here we go, guys. I'm going to play the new Toy Frenzy end credits, everybody.
Yep. Please enjoy it.
So,